Welcome to Clara's World, Four Fleeting Pieces. That is Clara Schumann's Opus 15, Quatre, Pièces, Fugitives. Clara Vick Schumann, 1819 to 96, dubbed Queen of Music, was perhaps the most coveted piano virtuoso in her day. The Leipzig child prodigy, pianist, and composer was taught exclusively by her father, Friedrich, a lapsed theologian and self-made musician determined to profit from Clara's talents. And she did end up supporting Friedrich, her composer husband, Robert Schumann, her 8 children and 6 grandchildren, with her performance tours throughout Europe for over 60 years. And yet, the inclusion of her music in the repertoire has been at best fleeting, true of numerous women composers in an ominous synchronicity with Clara's title, Quatre, Pièces, Fugitives, Four Fleeting Pieces. Clara performed publicly at 9, performed her own piano concerto at 13, and her concerts set the standard for pianists to perform by memory. From age 11, she shared a collaborative relationship with her future husband, Robert Schumann, when he became a pupil boarder in the Wieck household. Throughout their tumultuous courtship, Robert encouraged her to compose. In 1839, when they petitioned the court for her father's permission to marry, Robert sent her his Opus 15, Kinderscenen, and she was utterly enraptured. It's true, isn't it, that they belong only to the two of us. They are so very you. And of Clara's Opus 15, Pièces Fugitives, Robert complimented, Clara has written a group of smaller pieces that are more tenderly and musically conceived than any before. Clara composed Quatre, Pièces, Fugitives in 1841 to 44, her happiest wedded years. Their contemplative nature shares reflective qualities also found in Robert's Opus 15, Scenes from Childhood, Kinderscenen. Although Clara's pieces are longer and more developed with contrasting themes, they can be shown to share motivic and emotive characteristics with her husband's wistful miniatures. Larghetto, Clara's first fleeting piece, is lushly enigmatic of her childhood years and her emerging voice. Set in F major, Larghetto is slow-moving, like a reverie, and its 4-note motive can be heard as a permutation of Robert's famous Traumerei, also in F major. second piece, Un poco agitato, a little agitated in a restless manner, is an anxious revocation of childhood. Furtive and cautious, it is perhaps representing of Clara's developing persona as a promising ingenue. The music is characterized by ascending staccato repetitions, also found in Robert's agitated Fürstenmachen, or Hobgoblin. Well, the third piece, Andante Espressivo, is Clara's longest and most developed movement, sweetly expressive and romantic, perhaps emblematic of Clara's romance and marriage. Its evocative theme is similar to Robert's romantic Von fremden Ländern und Menschen, of foreign lands and people, in his Opus 15. And finally, the fourth piece, Scherzo Tranquillo, is a playful minuet and tranquil trio, also used as the third movement of Clara's piano sonata. It was composed as a Christmas gift to Robert after the birth of their first child, Marie, in 1841. Its humorous character matches the playful tempo in Robert's Schumann, Blind Man's Bluff, and one can imagine the frolicking patter of children at play in Clara's scherzo, followed by a tranquil nighttime children's lullaby. Breithoff and Hertel's 1845 review in their publication of Quatre, Pièces, Fugitives proclaimed, Clara Schumann's delicate piano pieces have a tender, poetic aura, raising her above the mere position of virtuoso. She went on to compose over 90 works admired by Robert Schumann, longtime friend Brahms, Mendelssohn, Chopin, and Pauline Viardot, among others. But she gave up composing at 37 by necessity when Robert died in 1856 after a lengthy mental illness in order to support her large family. Her eldest, Marie Schumann, managed her mother's compositions, teaching and performing legacy long after her death. Clara's Pièces Fugitives, written in her 20s, are indeed charming pieces and can be enhanced with a paired study of Robert's Kinderscenen. Moreover, the inclusion of Clara's music in the pianist's standard repertoire can finally make her rich legacy more than fleeting.